Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week of the Commentary Zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and tell a friend. Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. Today we have Sister Wives, Season 19, Episode 6. He delivered me from all of my fears. Okay, so Jamal is having camera issues today, so it's just me and the avatar.
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry, I don't know why Chrome wants to just act a fool, but computers. But I'm here. I'm here. Now there have been times over this past couple months I've had to like lean to Debbie's side of thinking. I've had to like kind of take a step back from my own views, take a step back, listen to what she really said, watch what plays out. And she was right about this. This is going to be such a struggle. Like this episode, I kept I kept sitting here like problem with this show was this: they're not focused on the right things. Like I don't need to
Mhm.
see what don't I need to see? I don't need to see a lot of Meri. I definitely don't need to see David, but Mazel Tov to the happy couple because we know y'all married already. So you guys dating, I don't care about anymore.
Mhm.
Like this. If we're gonna be called a thing, these kind of episodes should have been like what 2 years ago, roughly. I, I, I
Okay.
mean,
Jamal, you want to
but
rip
how you gonna take
today?
us back 2 years in time versus present day?
But they've been doing it for several seasons. So I don't want to hear you complain
But
about it now.
I get it. But you know what? When you would say it, I could like at least kind of justify it. I could see the vision. It was hazy, but I could see it, right? This time around, there's
Mhm.
no haze, there's no fog. I have no mist, no cover, no nothing. This is just bad. This is just bad. I mean,
Well,
this should have been 2 years ago. Are you joking? How you gonna sit up there and put this man in our face talking about this my boyfriend? We've been dating. We've been dating for like a month. We said I love you after 10 days, and what? At this point where we are, y'all have been married longer than you've been dating on the show. That makes no sense. That makes zero sense. Now I can overlook some things. I can like justify some things. But the abject editing stupidity, I can't with this. Talking about we've been dating a month. I love him. He know everything about me. Well, we know that since you've been married, what a good. Wait a minute. They've been married close to a year at this point. How you gonna be married close to a year and we just not seeing y'all dating? How we do that? Where is TLC? I need to talk to them. I need a production company on the line. Commentaries on Instagram, TLC. Please hit me up. I need to talk to you. I really need to talk to you because this is what I'm dealing with. I want to just talk about you the whole time. So this is bad. This is horrendous. I'm so excited. Yes, you are, because he's blowing your back out. That's why you're excited. That's okay. We understand, Christine. We understand, and your kids understand too. They rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. Okay, thank you, Lena. Yes, y'all been a year, and we just seen y'all dating after a month. Shut up. Stop it.
so when I said this, I
I
was
just said you were
mean.
mean. I just said you. I just said you're not being you're not being charitable. But I never disagree
Okay.
with you though.
But I'm closer to death than you are, and I don't have the patience for
I
this.
mean, I know. But you know me, I gotta try to find something for the people. But TLC just took everything I had away. They left me out there with nothing, zero. Like, You can't defend this
Mm,
at this point. Like, there's nothing you can do with this. Like, zero. How, what episode is this?
6, and we got to Christmas,
No,
sort
well,
of.
yeah, we did get there, and it only took 6 episodes.
But we started at
Right?
Christmas
Remember?
and
Yeah,
rolled back like Kmart
Walmart,
or Walmart. We rolled back and now we back to
and
Christmas in 6
and this, and they
episodes.
really trying to present this as new to the people, though. This is not new. They could skip over all of this. They could skip over all of this. I'm sorry. If we could be talk real, the 6 episodes, y'all could cut that shit out. That could have been, if you was gonna do that, that could be a nice, cute little montage for an episode. Okay,
Mhm.
you could have done that.
There were some good parts to this episode, though. I agree with Lena. I love the conversation with her children, and each one gave a different viewpoint, which was respectful but still protective of their mother. I loved Isabel's, like, yes, I love it when she checked McKelty, but also her uncertainty about it. She didn't really understand how she felt because she's only ever known her mother
Hmm.
with her father. I thought that was interesting. And here and Truly says she don't care. Um that's how I took it. That's how I took it. Um, Peyton was quite interesting to me because he's the only boy amongst a gaggle of girls. And he said, it's too fast. You're moving too fast. But I can't tell you what to do. You're grown. But I'm going to be here to kick his ass if
Right,
you fuck it up.
And
And that's how
Christine
I
was
took it.
saying, like, basically, here's what Christine said, y'all, and I'm paraphrasing. She's like, thank you for your input, but I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway. You're not stopping nothing over here. That's what I heard from Christine, paraphrasing.
Mhm.
And
Yes, and Lena, what Isabel said is it's very important. She said to McKelty, "I'm not talking about you right now. I'm talking about mom." McKelty and Tony need to
oh, okay.
exit stage left.
Now I'm gonna be mean, y'all. Tony needs to get off our screens.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna need to find Tony to find a job outside of the home while they're filming.
Oh, so now he need to get a job.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Cuz you was telling me that
it's a
gaming
job,
was a
but see,
job.
but no, but I said a job outside the home while they're filming because I don't need him on my screen because he was just saying stuff.
The boomers and all that. What that got to do with? Oh, and what was most offensive? David
Yes,
reminds me of Kody.
yes.
How much did he pay you to say that idiot box?
But
Oh my
see,
god.
here's
So
see
annoying.
the
So
problem is,
unnecessary.
Tony, you were palatable with that fresh blowout from the dry bar. You was you didn't talk too much, you didn't say too much, you was just there. But when you be having your drip drip curl, it's just not working for me. Like, you talk too much. Don't do that. He says stuff for camera time. And I'll be like,
Mm-mm.
that is your mother in law. That is your mother
Mm-hmm.
in law. You don't speak to her that way. Just like last week, you didn't like the conversation he had with her, asking her business. Don't be doing that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I when he said it, the first thing that popped into my head was how much did Kody pay you to say that? So that you could plant the seed of doubt in this woman's head, knowing that she has so many other doubts to begin with. Unnecessary or whatever.
But back to Isabel.
Um
Isabel, the looks Isabel gave McKelty, basically, why in my mind, why I heard her saying, "I wasn't talking to you." That's what I heard, and
mhm.
I love Christine's kids. Love Christine's kids. They are hilarious, and they are their mother. Like, and I say this not to be take a shot, but when you see Christine and her kids, all of them, right? and the way they interact with her, you could tell like she was the one who did the raising. If you know what I mean. I don't see any
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any favoritism towards Kody. When I say favoritism, there's no like there's no demeanor. Like if I saw Christine out with the kids, right? I hope this makes sense. If I
Mm-hmm.
saw Christine out with her kids, I would be like, oh, that's their mother. Like hands down, that's their mother. But if I put
Mm-hmm.
Kody with Christine's children, I would be like, who that man? Like that kind of thing. Cause it's such a stark difference. You could tell like she raised those kids. Like and he really wasn't there from what I could see. From what I could see.
That also applies for
Yeah,
Janelle's
true.
kids.
And I love the
Mm-hmm.
way they were communicating with their mother. Like Aspen, Isabel, McKelty, Peyton, the way they
Mm-hmm.
communicate, I was like, y'all have just like a real conversation. And she just sat them down. She said, okay, I want to know your opinions. What are your thoughts? Blah, 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 blah. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
still not.
And not that it's
Yes,
going to change
exactly.
anything, but I want to hear what you got to
Exactly.
say. Mm-hmm.
What y'all saying?
There was no nurture with Kody, so he didn't rub off on those
Okay,
kids at all. So
thank you.
true, Ryan.
That's a great way to put it.
Mm, deference. No deference to Kody is some sort of king, in my opinion. Interesting. Okay, so that was a really good scene with the kids, minus Tony. Everyone else has something really positive to say. The majority of them thought it was too fast, but like Aspen was like super happy for her.
Yes.
She's like, my mom deserves to be happy. Nothing wrong with that. Mm, let's see. We see the different houses at Christmas. Janelle's in North Carolina with Maddie and Caleb and their brood. Um, Christine's in Utah with her gaggle. Um, and I guess Robin got up off the floor and finally did her billionaire Christmas for her children. Um, let's see. Meri went to Salt Lake City to spend time with her friends Amber and Lisa, who we've never met before. We didn't know Meri had
Okay, we're gonna
friends,
talk
but
about that in a
okay.
minute. I got something to say about that.
I think they're part of her MLM. They're
Like,
part of her
let's be
pyramid.
honest though. Like her good friends have been popping out the woodwork lately, like out of nowhere. Like, who is you? And my thing is that if these are such good friends, how did they let you stay in this dysfunctional marriage that long? I'm sorry, just saying.
But everybody's with their family. Why isn't she with Leon?
Right,
Unless Leon has like do not talk about
right,
me and my partner at all on this show, then I would understand because Logan's
right.
the same way. Are they trying to test a pilot for McKelty and Tony by giving them
Hope
so much?
not.
I hope not. Nobody is watching that, Ryan. It's wild. We're so far behind that Maddie is now, as we speak, pregnant with a different baby than she is in the season.
True.
That is so true. She was pregnant on this show with the third baby, but she is now pregnant with the fourth baby, and she is just as shady as both of her mothers because you notice the dress that she drove Isabel home in, that black dress, she put on social media to announce the fourth baby.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so basically, Meri says she'd rather be with people who want to be around her. I don't blame her. Janelle, Maddie, and Caleb are still strategizing about what they're doing with the future. And basically, Janelle is stuck. Janelle went to Kody trying to get some movement on the land. He can't find any money to pay it
Okay,
off. And he doesn't have any money to buy her out. She is
when
stuck.
okay when she said that Kody, she had her part to pay Coyote Pass off, but Kody didn't have the money. I'm sitting here like, oh, so what we were talking about a couple seasons ago was correct. Janelle, remember we were talking about how
Mm-hmm.
I think Christine's contract was up and she wasn't coming back, but I guess they offered her a good bag, so she came back.
Mm-hmm.
And their negotiations kind of broke down. The fact that Kody does not have the money just proved our theory a couple years ago that Janelle was already unraveling her finances to where her money's her TLC check is not no longer going into the family fund.
I think they pulled out of the family fund for a while now, and longer than we think, because Kody and Robin have refinanced and taken out loan upon loan upon loan on the McMansion that it really can't sell. And in addition to the issue with Christine filing her legal paperwork
Mm-hmm.
regarding Truly, they're getting an assessment of that. But he is the worst businessman ever. Ever. Unbelievable. But Janelle also said, well, Caleb was saying, we need to find a plot of land. We'll build a big house. You'll live with us. Like he want Mama
Yes, yeah.
Janelle
He's taking
in the
claim
fam.
because he said we gonna build our house. I'm like, hold up.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna buy our land and we'll build our house, and you can live there.
And that and it
Jesus.
was nice to hear Janelle to lay out the finances though, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about I may need to lawyer up. You already got a lawyer because you're talking about what money is out there, your 401k and your retirement. This is the first season she said that
Mm-hmm.
mess out loud. I'm like, oh, you've already lawyered up,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am. You've already lawyered up.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, yep. He's tied. He's attached to all of the plots, and then with his legal wife being Robin, so is she.
But but I do
It's
love
so
Janelle
not
saying like,
fair.
why don't you? I've told him or suggested to him that he just take out a loan and buy me out.
Well, he can't do that.
Not
He can't
now.
do that because of all the loans. Nope.
Oh, even
Even
then,
then,
gotcha.
because remember they were not contributing to the family kitty. Got to get the money from somewhere. So they refinanced on the equity, what
Right.
little equity they had. He can't afford it because she didn't keep giving him free
Yes.
money, in my opinion. That's not snarky, that is factual. All three moneymakers, Meri, Christine, and Janelle, stopped depositing their
Yes.
paychecks into the family kitty.
Cause we
It
have
is
to.
shocking.
Cause we have to
It
remember
is
they all
shocking.
said we all helped each other out. That's the way the family went until somebody came
Mm-hmm.
into the family and that kind of went out the way. So what it was,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as Christine started making her exit plan, she started pulling out her
Mm-hmm.
money and she told Janelle, "Baby cakes, you need to be up on this train. Get up out."
Let's see. Okay, so Janelle said it was strange to have to try and cook. Poor Janelle. She tries. Meri was saying something about how the dynamic of the family looks different. And some of the traditions are no longer there, but that happens when
Right.
families fall apart. Let's see. But the person who brought all of the traditions there was Christine. The only tradition Meri brought was pajamas. She would do the pajamas every Christmas, which was, that was sweet. Robin says The most important thing was that her children had a good time for Christmas. Do y'all notice every time Robin talks, it's very self centered?
Yes.
It is so annoying that she cannot talk about anything other than what's in her orbit. It's so weird. And yet she would say that she's not divisive, but she is, because nothing else matters but her. Good luck to you, girl. And Janelle says it will slowly become the new norm, and she's okay with that. Meri says she loves Christmas. We all know that. Let's see. Okay, so that's the dating section. I don't need to see that.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
We're probably going.
What else happened?
Was it me or was Kody trying to gaslight Meri?
Yes. Yes. That's the other interesting segment in this episode for me. Um, let's see if we can scroll to that. Because that happened somewhere near the end of the episode, like the last 20
Right.
minutes. He comes over to the house, Meri's house, and walks in like he still owned that bitch. I thought that that was rude. Ring the doorbell and wait for somebody to open the door for you, bitch. That's my opinion. But he came in there and he started talking. The only thing that struck me at the top of their conversation was, I have a wife who says that you're supposed to be part of the family.
Right.
So that's how you opening up to me, your first wife. Okay. Meri held her ground throughout this whole
She
diabolical
was not
conversation.
having it. Like zero. The way she was looking at him was like, "Are you dumb?"
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "We are exes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would I be over there with you?"
I am not your
She's like,
wife
"Why would I
anymore.
be hang out with you guys?" I'm like, "Well, that's a good point."
Mm-hmm.
And then he was still trying to dog her
Um,
out, and she wasn't going for it.
he also says something very strange during this particular segment. He's like, I have a wife, and sure, I like to buy her nice things like jewelry and this and that and the other. I'm like, so how are you buying her jewelry and you don't have a job?
No, what he said was, he's like, when I love a woman,
Mm.
like it's her fault. When I love a woman, it's her
Oh,
fault. When
but when I don't love a
right,
woman, it's also her fault.
he's all like, when I'm in love with a woman, I want to buy her jewelry. I want to be affectionate. I want to do all these things. Blah 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 blah. That's what that was.
Mm.
And that's when he went into the diatribe of like, I never should have married her. So basically, here's what he did and I did not like. And this is the way I took it. And I really want to know if
Mm-hmm.
anyone else took it the same way. To me, what he was saying was, had I not married Meri, I wouldn't be in this situation. That's the way I heard it.
Yes, but if he also hadn't married Meri, he would have never married
Right.
Robin. So he's a dum dum.
I didn't like him. I didn't like him trying to blame all his feelings on Meri because that's just the way I took it. Because he's like, I always had a better relationship with Janelle. I always had a better relationship with Christine. I'm like, that you just dead wrong.
But did you also hear when he said Christine and Janelle did me a favor? That whole conversation was him being mad at Meri for going to the elders and getting that
The release, yes.
release. And he's now been listed as someone who has abandoned a wife, which is a black
That's what
mark
he's mad
against
about.
him. He can't
That's
get
what he's
any
mad
more
about.
wives. And Christine did him the favor because she did not go and get the release. So technically, in his head, that's still my bitch. That's still my wife. And so is Janelle.
Mm,
He's using a
right.
loophole. Unbelievable. I wonder how that loophole gonna go when Christine gets married.
Right.
Maybe that's why he's telling Tony to go and plant these seeds inside of Christine's head that David is just like
Hmm.
Kody.
And we also have to remember Kody is probably mad at Meri because he didn't. She just didn't go away, aka she didn't do what he wanted her to do.
She embarrassed him. She embarrassed him, and he can't even get replacements now. If Kody and Robin show up on Seeking Sister Wife, I am going to fall the fuck out.
I'd watch it though.
You sure right. Um, like what possible reason would they have to talk? Just like what possible reason would she have to go to their Christmas? I don't get why the same logic doesn't apply. Hello, everybody in the chat.
Well,
Welcome,
see, here's the thing.
welcome.
Here's the thing.
Um,
For
mhm,
some reason, how can I put this? Robin feels that her, her relationship, her relationship, Robin Mary's relationship, she's for some reason thinks that's salvageable, right? She thinks that I don't know how, but that's how she's thinking. We have to realize Robin is thinking of the money. She's trying to hold on to any income she can right now. And what she's not understanding is that Meri has broken free. Meri has seen some kind of light. It's not the light, in my opinion, but she's seen some sort of light to where she's
mhm,
not falling for the BS. Because the way this is looking to me, when her and Kody were going through their thing, Robin was still her good friend. Robin was the one who was checking up on her. Robin was doing this. She was the one reaching out to Robin, right? But she said Robin wouldn't like reach back
mhm.
out. Now we don't hear about Meri reaching out to Robin anymore. So that
Mm.
dynamic has changed. So that just tells me has been distancing herself. Hey, Christoph, and always, hello, Cree, welcome.
Hi. But here's another funny thing too. Robin said it's like Christmas for her is having Mary there. But what about the other two wives? Is that not
Oh,
Christmas
well,
as
she didn't care
well?
about them. She didn't like them.
Mm.
Because because she in her mind, Meri is the only one who accepted her. That's what she's gonna say. Meri, when I came to the family, Meri was the most welcoming.
But you wanted to be a plural wife, so you got to accept all of them, not just selected
True.
one. Again, this goes back to Robin not knowing how to live plural life. Like I don't even understand it fully, but I think I understand it better than Robin does. I don't know. They bring up the fact that leadership called him. Um, Meri was like, "You could have told me sooner, and I would have been out. You shouldn't have strung me along." He says that leadership will never allow him to marry again if he's discarded wives. He says that you don't know you're in a bad relationship because all your friends are in the same bad relationships, and you don't know it until you get into a relationship with deep emotional intimacy, or or you're either in a good relationship or you're in an F where you fight an F, and that kind of relationship only creates orgasms. But for who? Just for you, not for the other
Right.
person. I just find him to be so vulgar. And they say that the people who talk about it the most don't ever have it.
Well,
That's what I feel about with him.
I don't think so. I think Robin be working overtime.
You mean doing this?
No,
Cuz I don't think he has anything.
I mean he might need some help, but I think you could be right. You could be right. I don't know.
Yes, Ryan, leadership won't let him have any more wives now. Sounds like a you problem,
Yeah,
Kody.
it
Sure
does.
enough do. sure enough do. But I was on Team Meri until she said, I wish you could have seen the like what did she say?
the
Seen the
great
nice
person,
part
the
of
great
me or
person I am.
something. Yeah. Why the fuck you care whether he thinks you're a great person or not, Meri? Move the fuck on. Throw that son of a bitch
Right,
out of your
you've
house.
already gotten released from him. Don't cave now.
Mm-mm-mm. Um, we hear a bunch of Christine and David's soulmates. Oh my god. Heidi and I were talking about this yesterday and saying that when David shows up to Christine's house, she looked like the happy hooker, circa 1978. She's gonna be a lot, and a lot of what I
Right.
don't want to see, but I'm bracing myself for it. Meri tells us that she's in a good place. She feels peaceful about the situation. She says that some of the things that Kody is saying is really mean. And he clearly has a lot of internal issues that he still needs to work on. Cody says that he actually likes her. Child, no, you don't. Because that conversation did not give me anything called like.
Right.
But I digress. He says, let me see. What else? Is there anything? Yeah, this is where she tells him, I'm not your wife anymore. He says that he has a wife that says that Meri's still family. Da 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 da. He says that he normally disregards Robin's opinion, and Meri says, no, you don't. So he gets called out on that, which I loved. He says, you really don't know me if you think that. I am a man of my own mind. And she says, I know you're a man of your own mind, but I also know that you take other people's opinions into consideration. She says that we're exes. Let's be real. She says that I just wish you knew how amazing of a person I really am. I thought that that was begging. She was going so well until that last part. He tells her bon voyage, happy life, happy journey. He doesn't know what to say to her. He's embarrassed to say his other divorces have created contempt and contemptuous enemies. He's sad about that. He doesn't know what the future holds there. And my last comment on it was, what a piece of shit. He has created all of the contemptuous enemies in this family.
Exactly. But everybody else is wrong though. That's the funny part to me.
How doesn't he know this? Like, ain't we been watching the same show all 19 seasons?
Pretty much.
How do you not know what you've done? How do you not listen to yourself ranting and raving like a cucamonga?
How do you not
My
go back and watch
God.
the show?
Because Robin told him not to.
I mean, when the bulk of your children don't speak to you, I mean, for similar reasons, that's a wake up call.
But your children are telling you that you disrespected their mama and you don't care?
He don't care. Oh, that he don't care about because as long as it's not Robin, he don't care.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so Lena, you're right. Contempt is the new buzzword. It used to be safe and then respect. Oh, don't forget loyalty and amiable. He's really getting through that word of the day calendar. Yes, he is.
Not the word of the day calendar. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Somebody needs to go over there and rip it up. Burn it. Burn down the house while they at it. That was the episode, y'all.
Yeah, exactly. This one to me, it went by pretty quick, but there really wasn't much there. And I think that what's going to happen since we're so far behind. The episodes will be
Mhm.
quick, but there won't be. It'll be because the content's not there. It won't be because it was such a good episode. It's because they're lacking content. Like they need a time warp. It's not gonna
Um,
happen.
it would be interesting if we could see Janelle, instead of saying talking about a lawyer, actually go into the fucking lawyer office with that binder that we saw her with in Maddie's car, and go and start doing something about getting back her money.
I think she's already lawyered up. I really do. Cause she's putting.
Because don't forget, going into 2023 is when they had to pay that
Yes.
loan. And he's saying he ain't got no money.
Right.
Is he just lying to her? Because remember, he had issues with people gossiping, and he didn't want Janelle to know anything. Like, why don't they talk to Meri? Janelle keeps on talking about cutting in Meri, but nobody talks to Meri. I'm gonna need the circle of communication to open up between the three of these women, honestly, so that we can crush Kody and Robin. That's
I,
my hope.
I think he's having money issues. Like we said, like we talked about this episode for us. They're cash broke because they don't have Christine and Janelle's money coming in anymore. That's where it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. I I have concerns that Janelle is going from one bad financial situation into another, getting into business with Maddie and Caleb. Yes, it is her child. However, I hope you learn from this particular situation. Limit the amount of money that you pour into this next investment, which she has now, which is the land, and find some place private for yourself. Like, build that casita that you wanted instead of living up in Caleb's house.
Hey Chantal Gucci, welcome. This is a
Hi.
different deal though because what Janelle did back then is what they had always done. So she didn't see she didn't see what was coming up. So I can't compare the two situations. With this situation, she's going in, financials are going to be open, and they're gonna be equal partners. Versus
Mhm.
her was it was her and Meri, right? You guys just pouring all of your money into the quote unquote the family, completely different. Completely
But is it though? Listen to what Caleb said. We're going to buy the land together and you're going to live with us. I
yeah.
don't feel comfortable at my age.
Mhm.
Uh-uh.
But I see what you're saying. What you're just saying. Yes, this is a great idea with their children. Just make sure your assets are in your name. So
Correct.
I get you. I get you. No,
Don't
for
go
sure.
and repeat the same fucking mistake just because it's family, because Kody was family at one point too.
But when you have like the harpy hanging on, she was picking bones clean. Come on now.
Janelle did see it coming. She just didn't think it would happen to her, Steven. She thought she was in like
Oh,
this because she was Cody's confidant, keeping all the secrets, handling all the finances. And then he shut her
oh.
out like he shut out everybody else. And she didn't notice it until it was too late, when it was impacting her children.
I can see what you're saying. Oh yeah, like you see the person, like they say, who you married to. I'll use that.
Mm.
She knew who she was married to, but you said since she was the one keeping the secrets and keeping the loyalty,
She thought she had a place that was special.
right?
Mm-hmm. Because she knew how he felt about everybody else.
And never said anything.
Never said anything, but she used it to her advantage, and she thought she was secure. And then she had all the boys too. That weighed in her favor because Kody is more male dominant than he is female. Just saying.
No, it's a great point though. I didn't look at that angle.
Wait,
That's
I'm
true.
right. It's very rare.
Well, when you put the pieces, the thing is when you put the pieces together, you we form our opinions, but when you see what's
Mm-hmm.
going on and you put the pieces together within the timeline, you're like, oh well, yeah, she did because Cause I always said she was the one who was trying to keep that family together during the vid. Like she was working
Mm-hmm.
overtime, and that could be because she thought she had a special in with Kody being the pillow talk wife. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so, but then once he started just, treating her badly, she was okay with that part. Like her being mistreated, she's like, fine, whatever. I like my peace. But as soon as he started like just going in on her kids, she's like, no, sir, no, ma'am. But I do want to go back to what she said, and this is
Mm-hmm.
interesting to me. When she said Kody is not the quickest of action, and
Mm-hmm.
she said she came to this conclusion in Las Vegas. I'm like, okay, so you like you said, she's known what's going on with Kody.
Mm-hmm.
She could see it, right?
Yep,
So you probably saw it back in Vegas.
she did. Because that's why she counseled Christine.
Okay, you saying that just I'm like, oh wait a minute, she said this. That makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. She did see it coming. She didn't think it was gonna be her.
Exactly.
Oof.
And it
Wow.
took her a long time to come to that realization.
But again, she was in that vid fog where she thought she could save the family, keep the family together. Like she thought they was gonna make it. She
Yeah.
thought like she thought that they were gonna make it up and right up until Kody said your kids gotta move out the house.
Yeah. Bye
That's when
bye.
yep.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
But she, I think that's when she started trying to see where the assets were going.
100%.
Because she had to prove it to herself with that situation with getting the RV and living out on the land and getting out of the apartment, because remember he was fretful. He liked the house, that the rental house that she was in. She moved into that small apartment. He hated it. Then she moved into the RV. He refused to stay with her. Like all of these things he started systematically doing to her, pushing her away. And I think it was over all of that where she really came to the realization, like, yo, he's doing this to me
Mm-hmm.
of all people. She wasn't so special after all.
She was, but she wasn't Robin kind of special.
Right, but you know that Janelle was the freak. You know Janelle was the freak. I've always said that.
Yeah,
So whatever Kody learned, he learned it from Janelle, which now he applies to Robin.
I can see that.
He complained every time he had to come out to the RV to help her. Yes. And he
Right,
refused to stay there. He stayed there one night and he was like, I'm not staying here no more.
right. He's
I
like,
got
it's
a
not
good
comfortable.
house to stay up in.
Exactly. He's like, why would I stay out here in this RV with
No,
like not
Kody
enough
was
room for me?
mad. Kody was also mad. Remember he how mad he got when he found out that she bought that RV,
Oh yeah,
and
for
it
sure.
almost came out of his mouth. Well, where did you get that money from and how come I didn't have access to it?
Exactly. But you said that back then, though. You
Yup.
said that back then. That's what he was
Mhm.
really mad about. He's like, "Where'd the money come from?"
Yup. He was mad at her when she wouldn't go and use her good credit to buy Christine's house. Remember that?
Yes, he was pissed.
He wanted her credit to get more land for him. Hey, Sartu, welcome, welcome. Just a hot mess. But it took her so long to realize that she was not that special someone to him. She would, and I think by him not coming over, because remember she said recently, if you're tired, you can come to my house and rest just as well as you can over there at Robin. She realized that she was being
Mm-hmm.
excommunicated as the pillow talk person. She was being pushed out of the finances. It took her a real long time to bust that bubble.
It was her kids though.
He
Like
deserves
like
all
I've
the
always said with
karma.
Janelle, Janelle always was about the family. She was about the family. She really didn't care about how she was treated. As long and she said this. She said, like, how he treats me is neither here nor there for me at this point in life. But it's the how he treats my children. And the moment that he started treating her children poorly, because she wasn't even mad at him that he didn't come see her when she had the vid. She wasn't even
Mm-hmm.
mad about that. Her children were mad about that.
Mm-hmm.
And they verbalized, I think it was Gabriel
Mm-hmm.
who went to him and
Gabriel
was
and
like, yeah,
Garrison.
yeah,
Remember,
I
they
think it was
went
Gabriel.
out on the land.
Yes, and Gabe was like, you didn't come see mom when she had the vid, blah 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 blah. Blah. He's like, well, I have other children I had to think of, and they're like, okay, and she wasn't mad. They were. It's when he
Mm-hmm.
told Janelle to kick the boys out because they're not following my principles. She lost her mind. She said, "Oh no, you don't no. You don't treat my kids that way." And that's where he lost Janelle, like 1,000%. And that's when her attitude changed, because her attitude change was real quick. She did not linger on that one.
But here's the thing, though. Used to do everything with those boys, from carrying them. What did she say? Carrying them on road
Business
trips
trips.
to work and all of that stuff. He did everything with her boys. So he thought that he had those kids on lock. But what he forgot is that as much as Christine raised Janelle's boys, Christine raised Janelle's boys to respect their mother, Janelle. And they
Mm-hmm.
understood that Janelle was out there working for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And she was there at points. She didn't forfeit all of her motherly responsibilities. Um, she was there because Christine reinforced who their mama was. And that is something to be said. And then on top of that, boys would do anything for their mom.
Yep.
They might be all up with daddy, roughhouse and all that, but if let daddy say something wrong to mom, little boys are gonna fly up at their dad for that.
Thousand
And
percent.
he thought that he had those boys under lock and was so shocked and didn't know how to process or handle them defending Janelle because he thought, well, shit, I don't care about Janelle. You shouldn't either. But that's not how Christine raised those kids. That's something that a missing parent doesn't think about.
That is true.
He doesn't know how those kids were raised. He would make appearances every third or fourth night. Who does that? Unbelievable. Anyway, he's a sad sack of shit. And I'm done. Until next week. Oh my God. Anything else on this episode that you want to go over, Jamal?
No, I think we covered everything.
All right, y'all. Well, we've kept you here long enough. Tomorrow, Jamal, did you watch Thousand Pound Sisters and Thousand Pound Best Friends?
I am watching that tonight, and I cannot wait for Best Friends.
It was interesting. It kept my attention. I'm still aggravated every time Megan opens her mouth, but it kept my attention.
Exactly. Exactly. Megan is just, you know, she's Megan. That's all I can say with her. That's all I can say with her because
Mm.
she's Megan, and I can't. I'm interested to see where she's squatting now.
Well, squatting is, yeah, yeah. Mm. Thank you guys for joining us today. We're going to do both shows tomorrow. So, Jamal, you're into doing both shows?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll be here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. So come on over. I know some of you were saying that your notifications aren't working. That's a YouTube issue. So I'm not apologizing for it, but I am sorry that if you're missing our stuff. But you should know the schedule by now. Thursday and Fridays starting at 6 p.m. unless otherwise stated. I couldn't go in Megan's house. No. We shall talk about that tomorrow, Ryan. We shall talk. It was so gross. It was so fucking gross and so staged. But anything to make her seem interesting
Right.
to someone. Anyhow, y'all, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. Wait a minute. We got 28 people in the chat. Hi, everybody in the bushes. And only 16 likes. Come on, y'all. Do better. Do better. We're a small little tribe here. We don't ask for much. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the new members of the tribe. We appreciate you here. Hope to see you in the live chat and in the comment sections. Still no extra likes. Y'all just so sad. All right, y'all. See you tomorrow. Jamal, any final thoughts until tomorrow?
No, I think we are good.
We are good. We're good. Okay. Let's take us out of here.
Bye, everyone.